Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, um, November the 18th. Wow, we're like the month is going by really fast. Welcome to our leadership development call. My name is Miriam Kareem. I'm very, very happy to have you all here so that we can really dig in and learn how to build our businesses and some amazing, amazing mindset training from Coach Seymour Greenidge Blake. But first, a quick trip to the newbie corner. So, one thing that I was thinking about today, and something that I feel like I'm very, very much more confident in, is having more posture when dealing with everyone in my life, whether it's business, whether it's just people in general, friends, family, people on the phone, just absolutely, you have to have that assuredness in your heart and in the way you project yourself that you mean business and that you will accept a certain standard. One thing happened today. I don't know if you guys have been reading my news feed, but I had some packages that were delivered. Um, was supposed to have been delivered yesterday. One was medication, the other was a green organic package. But it said that it was delivered to someone, and it was not. So I called the post office this morning, and the young lady answered, a customer service agent answered the phone. And I told her what happened, gave her my tracking number, and she goes, "Well, if it doesn't show up today, you can just file for a refund." And I said, well, first of all, I can't get a refund because it's medication. Second of all, I need my items today. They were supposed to be here yesterday. And I guess maybe she was a little perturbed about it, but she got on the case. I was not going to accept her, excuse or whatever. And you have to be that way with, I think, everyone. Maybe not. I guess you have to, as they say, read the room. And if you can get that, your stance across, you have so much more success. I'm seeing that now. So I hope that helps with anybody. Just make sure that you have that posture of assuredness in the way you live your life and how you do your business. Okay, so I'd like to bring our teacher, one of our teachers tonight, Coach Seymour Greenish Blake. He's an amazing, amazing coach, mentor, veteran, father, grandfather, and has amassed six figures in the network marketing world and six figures at our green organics companies. An amazing, amazing teacher, an amazing uh, person to just sit down and talk to and soak up the amazing nuggets that he drops all the time. There's always something valuable that he has to say. So, Coach Seymour Greenwich Blake, are you available, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Yes, ma'am, I am. Thank you for the introduction. Uh, Before we get started tonight, I know last week we talked about mental health when it came to men. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. It was kind of depressing last week. Tonight, I'm going to kind of amp it up a little bit. But before we get started, I want y'all, because this have a lot to do with what we're going to be talking about tonight, I'd like everybody to take a second, 30 seconds, and look at the graphic of everyone that's on this call. And what we're going to notice is the majority of the people that's on this call tonight, and it's been on the call, are women. So take a look, take 30 seconds and just look to everybody and look at the list, look at the names on this call, and you will see that almost 90% of the people on this call are women. So with that said, I'm gonna get off the camera so I can focus on my notes, and then I'm gonna give you all the topic of what tonight's talk's gonna be about. So if you looked, you'll realize again, like I said, out of the 46 people on here, there's a few males on here, but the majority are women on this call. Tonight, my topic's gonna be why women are natural builders in network marketing. And I take my hat off. I salute every single one of you on this call tonight, because I'm telling you, you are a big, big, big asset when it comes to network marketing. And a lot of it, you were born with it. Network marketing for you didn't start when you got involved with network marketing. It started in the home. It started in the home. That's where network marketing started for you. That's where you became the leader. That's where you became the CEO, was in the home. Okay. And like I said, so this is why I love network marketing. It's not because of the products. Even though we have great products, it's also not about the compensation plan. Even though we have incredible compensation plan when it comes to network marketing here with Green Organics, but it's because of the people. This business is built on people. And when you build people, like we hear Coach Will always say, people build the business. So now I want to talk about something that has been true in every theme, everything that I've built, every organization that I've led, and every success story that I've watched unfold. I want to talk about why women are natural builders when it comes to network marketing. So, ladies, it's time for you to really step up on this call. It's time for you to really step up and show why you are great when it comes to building network marketing. It starts with Green Organics. We have a Madam President who is the CEO of this company. And I think I don't think we have too many ladies that runs network marketing that are CEOs in the network marketing industry, but we have one here with Green Organics. Okay. Business is built, like I said, it's built on people. And then when you build people, those people will build business. I want to talk about why women, again, like I said, why women are natural builders in network marketing. And before anybody else gets sensitive, this is not about men versus women. It's about conversation. This is recognition and conversation. A true conversation, a honor where honor is due. And it's tonight we're gonna give that honor to the women that we have in this business with us. Because the truth is simple. Women possess natural gifts. They possess natural gifts that God given, and they're God-given gifts that make them exceptional at building. It makes them exceptional at nurturing, and it makes them exceptional at leading people. And in a business built on trust, connection, and relationship, ladies, you thrive, you excel, you dominate, and you build. You might be quiet builders beyond every success story. Years ago, and I'm talking years ago, early in my career, I noticed something powerful. And because of this lady, I am the person that I am today. And if you don't know me when you get off this call, what I'm going to be talking about, you're going to see why I am the way I am. Okay? Some of the strongest leaders they weren't loud. They wasn't the loudest. They were not even the flashiest. Not one talking the most. But you know what they were? There was quiet builders. They were quietly nourishing people. They were quietly encouraging people, and they were quietly creating culture. And most of those people, again, were you, the women. One woman of my team, I'm going to call her Inez. She didn't have sales experience. She didn't like to talk on stage. She wasn't loud, but what she was consistent. She followed up, she cared, she remembered birthdays, she remembered goals, she made people feel important. She built teams so strong that even when people quit, she stayed. Okay? And you might ask yourself why. And it was because she built with her heart. And in network marketing, heart beats hype, connection beats charisma, consistency beat confidence. That woman was my mother. That was my mother. Women build with their hearts, not with egos. There is a big difference between building with an ego and building with hearts. Because ego says, look at me, but heart says, I see you. Ego also says, follow me, but your heart will say, I see you. Let's walk together. A lot of time, ego wants attention, but the heart wants connection. Ladies, you are natural heart builders. They're not trying to be stars on the show. They're trying to help everyone to shine. When a woman joins the business, she brings what? Love, care, intuition, compassion, patience, purpose. Ladies, you're not thinking how much money I can make. You're thinking, who can I help? Who can I serve? And who can I lift up? Women don't just build teams, they build communities, they build cultures, and they build families. That's why their organization don't crumble, because they're built on care, not on ego. If you look on our green organics company, look at our leaders, our women leaders. We got Stephanie, we got Kimberly, we got Tina, we got Miss Charlotte. These are ladies and women that are building business because they're building it with their hearts, not with their egos. So when I tell you women are great when it comes to building network marketing, they build with intuition and emotional intelligence. And one thing you can't do, you can't teach intuition. You can't even download emotional intelligence. And you cannot fake genuine care. But you know who has all that? You ladies, you queens. You have it all. A woman can feel when somebody is struggling. She can also sense when somebody is discouraged. And she definitely knows when someone needs a message, a call, a hug, a reminder, a push, or sometimes even a prayer. Network marketing is a relationship business, guys. Women are relationship geniuses. You notice everything. You will notice the tone in the voice or the tone when somebody talks. You notice their energy, their vibe, their hesitation, their excitement, their fear, and their hesitation. Us as men, we focus on numbers. Ladies, you focus on people. And people drive numbers. They drive numbers. I had a lady once that was on my team. She wasn't a loud person. She wasn't the leader type. But you know what she did? She followed up like a queen. In Vegas last year, we were taught on that topic by who? Tina. She wrote a book on it. Okay. This lady that was on my, she always was checking on people. She made them feel valued. She remembered their kids. She remembered their goals. People stayed because of her heart. That emotional leadership was something that I also learned from my mother. And that's why I am the way that I am today. I don't work and build my business on ego. I build it on with my heart. I build it with my feelings. That's why people stay with me, because I care. I don't care about just the money. Yes, I'm a red person, but that's not all I care about. Because if I'm the only one that's making all the money, you know what my team gonna do? They're gonna leave. But because I took and I studied what I saw with my mother and I used that with my business, I'm able to keep my retention. I have people that got with me 6 years ago when I first started. They are still with me. Some of them are not building, but you know what they're doing every month? They're placing an order ship. Because why? I show them that I care. I follow up with them all the time. That's emotional leadership. Let's talk about women in relationship, their heartbeat of network marketing. Again, network marketing is not a sales business, it's a people business. And women have been building relationship before social media became something, before Zoom was even something, before teams, before companies. Women naturally connect with people. They naturally connect with nature. They support, they listen, they encourage, they unite. I know y'all remember when I talked about we got to start being quiet and listen more. Okay. Again, uh, we're going to talk about that woman that was very confident. She didn't think she could lead, but you know what she had? She had a gift. She cared. She built a team not by being flashy, but by making people feel seen. Again, that was my mother. Her team became a family, and her team was me, my sisters, my dad. She made us feel like a family. So I tell you again, once we build a business, people will stay not only for the money, but for the culture that we create. So, ladies, again, that's called leadership. That is power. That's feminine excellence. Women and communication mastery. Let's talk about that. Women don't just talk, they will connect with you. Communication is an engine of network marketing, and women has that mastered. Again, why? Because they are listening. They have empathy. They listen to tone. They're storytellers. They're very encouraging. They read the room and they understand emotions. I remember I had a team member that told me once, she said, I hate hearing no's. And I said to her, stop trying to close people and start trying to connect with people. Because that was something that my mom always told me. Connect with people. That's why when it comes to a stranger, if I meet you, you're not going to be a stranger for long. Because I learned how to connect with people. People don't buy products from you, they buy feelings, they buy results. Women communicate to the heart, and that's why they win. They're very great at multitasking and they lead with grace. If you ever watch a woman run her household, you already know why she dominates network marketing. Like I said, that's where she became the CEO. She was the CEO of the home. Your mother, that lady, that queen, she managed every schedule in that home from the time she woke up to the time she went to bed. When you were sick, your mother was your first nurse. When you had issues and you needed somebody to talk to, your mother was that counselor for you. When you came home from school and you had homework, who was it sitting on the table helping you? That was that teacher. That was your mother. She was helping with your homework. When you got hungry, who became the chef of the house? Your mother, that woman. Who was the person that was helping you solve problems? Who was the one that was keeping peace between you and your siblings? Who did all the planning in the house while dad was out working to support the family? Who was the leader? They say the man is the head of the household, but the mom is the CEO, the manager, the nurse, the counselor, the teacher, the chef, the problem solver, the peacekeeper, the planner, and the leader. And they do this all at once. That's multitasking. And they never complained. They never complained. And at the same time, they could be still building a business. I've met single mothers with kids everywhere, homework, noise, life, chaos. But you know what? They never complain. I remember once one even told me that she was sorry that her environment was a mess. And I said to her, that is leadership. And that woman built a business faster than people with peace and quiet did. Because why? She moved with purpose. Women don't wait for the storm to stop, they build inside of that storm. The resilience of women and emotional strength, oh my God, is powerful. Let's get deep with this part. Because a woman's strength is not loud, it is layered. Her strength is not aggressive, but it's anchored like the ship when it's out there and it anchors that, it drops that anchor and it stays steady. They don't boast, they build through pain. I've seen women cry, but you know what? Even though they're crying, they still show up. We have women on our team that go through some hard times, but they still showed up for their team. They still showed up for their team. And one woman that I can think of is Coach Charlotte. She's always there for her team, no matter what situation she's going through. And sometimes you won't even know she's going through it because she don't show it. Not on the outside. She might be going through it on the inside, but she's always there for her team. They might be heartbroken, but you know what? They are still out there leading. They might be tired and exhausted, but they still encourage others to keep going. Some of you ladies might be afraid, but you still going to take action. You might be overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, but still you will push forward. You're still going to push forward. So let me tell you about this other lady, a friend of mine's named Rochelle. Life hit her hard one time. Her husband lost his job. The child was sick, car broke down, bills started piling up. I tried to tell her, you know what, man, just take a break until you can get back on your feet. And you know what Rochelle said to me? She said, Seymour, stopping is not going to save me. Moving forward will. And she built through her tears and she won. Women don't just endure pain, they turn pain into power. So, guys, what can we learn from women? Women teaches us. They teaches us, they lead with their heart and not ego. They build connection, not purpose, not pressure, I mean. Follow up with their care, not impatience. They are consistency, they build consistency and they beat intensity. They're very emotional, intelligent, and it's real leadership. That's what real leadership is. So, men, we are great leaders, but when we add feminine emotional wisdom, we become unstoppable. So, what I'm telling you guys is start to build together in harmony. The future of network marketing isn't women alone, it isn't men alone. It is men and women together. Because women bring intuition, while men might bring strategy. Women will bring detail, while men bring direction. Women will bring culture, while men bring momentum. But together, guess what we can do? We will build better. We will grow faster. We will impact more, and we reach higher, and we leave legacies. We leave legacies. So the story that ends it all is, let me close with this, guys. A woman named Inez, which again is my mom, she told me, I don't know if I can lead, but I know I have a heart. I said, Mom, that's all leadership is. My mom built a big team, not hundreds and not thousands of people, but she built a big team and she created income for the ladies that was in that group with her when she was doing that Tupperware. She inspired a lot of women that they could get out there and do it. She didn't become confident and then lead. She led, and that built her confidence. So, women, I say to you, You already have everything that you need. You have the strength, you have the heart, you have the resilience, you have the vision. You have a lot of compassion, you got intelligence, you got courage, and you got leadership. You are the foundation of this industry. You are the reason that business works. To everyone and every woman listening right now, keep building, keep shining, keep leading. The world needs you. Family, this is why women are natural builders. Back to you, Miriam.
Wow. That was an amazing tribute. You all give Coach Seymour Greenidge Blake some love in the chat. Um, I just think that he was really spot on and really helped me realize, and I hope a lot of you all realize some things about yourselves um, as being a woman and being in network marketing because it's just so relevant. I was having flashbacks thinking about my mom, you know, today, while she's in pain, laying in her bed, she's writing checks. I'm serious. She's like, well, I got to pay these bills. I got to do this. I got to do that. And she's still doing those things. So, um, thank you so much for that, Coach Seymour. Really, really appreciate that. Um, now, I guess Coach Will be coming on next. Everybody knows Coach Will. He's an amazing, amazing teacher. Brings so much value to our organization. He's a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, a seven-figure earner at our Green Organics company with HVN, and our first six-figure earner at Godasana, an amazing teacher. I can't wait to see what he has to tell us tonight. Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Yep, I am available, Miriam. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
No, good stuff. I appreciate you so much. Look, hit the wrong button. I'm trying to get us situated. And a big shout out to Coach Seymour as well. Absolutely wonderful coaching, as always. No surprise there. So, because Coach wrapped up a little bit early, I'm going to do my best to do the same. And let's go ahead and knock it out. So we're going to be talking tonight. We've been talking about our offer, and we've been talking about the new Go to Sign Up program, which is like $10. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We talked a lot about that this weekend. Now, the thing we're going to talk about tonight is why a strong offer is the oxygen of your network marketing business. Okay. And a strong offer from a technical standpoint can separate you from everybody else insofar as your closing and obviously your commissions and team building and recruiting and retailing especially. So let's dive into that a little bit tonight. I want you to think about a strong offer as it does something that motivation can't do. Okay. Most people in network marketing do not fail because they're lazy. They do get involved and they do some work, but they fail sometimes because the offer they're carrying is too weak to inspire action. I want you to think about that. The offer that they're carrying is too weak to inspire action. For example, a powerful offer, an offer that's powerful, that you put some time into creating, removes the hesitation and it makes the decision automatic. You hear a lot of people talk about, oh, that's a no-brainer. Okay, like it doesn't take a lot of sense to say yes to that. Okay, because a powerful offer removes the hesitation and makes the decision automatic. Okay. When your offer is strong, people don't have to think about it. They don't have to see if it fits their budget. They're not going to say, hey, I need the time. A strong offer is going to bypass all of that. It'll cut straight to the desire and logic at the same time. Now, this $10 offer is the perfect example of that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it. No contracts, no risk. Join when you want, quit if you want, what you want to. Thousands of dollars in value, clear upside, is stupidly simple. That kind of offer erases excuses. For example, if I were to have a legitimate offer and offer you a Porsche 911, okay, for $800, brand new, right off the showroom floor, but it only costs you $800, that is a no-brainer even for people who don't like cars. Why? because you can sell it for even more than that if you don't like it. It's obviously a really, really strong offer given everything included, given everything that it involves. Now, in network marketing, right, exactly, man, the value. A strong offer is going to communicate maximum value. All right. And the price of it doesn't really matter half as much as you think, because if the price is at a certain amount, all you have to do is make sure that you communicate that your offer is worth more than what they're paying. That's all you really have to do. And a lot of network marketers don't do that. Our next point is, in network marketing, the offer a lot of times is part of the system. Okay. In traditional business, you sell a product. In network marketing, you're really collecting a decision. You're asking someone to either join a team, learn new skills, to trust the system, to believe in themselves, to take action. You're really asking them to make some decisions. Okay. And that's a lot. Because if you think about join a team, learn some skills, trust the system, spend some money up front, be on auto ship, you're asking them to do a lot when you really unpack it. Okay. The word join means a lot. The word I'm going to build a team, that means a lot. Okay. So the offer has to be strong enough to carry the weight of that transformation. Put a one in the chat if that makes sense. That the offer has to be strong enough to carry the weight of that transformation. Okay. And that being said, if your offer is weak, only two types of people join: super, super motivated people and people that are at high noon, 100% high noon. They'll join anything. And that's typically the people that we get sponsored in this business, because we know that's all we're really looking for anyway. But if you want to get somebody who's at 11:30 to high noon, or even 9:15 to high noon, a strong offer can do that. Okay. If the offer is weak, not a lot of people join. Only super motivated people or high noon people join. That's not a lot of people. We know that. Luckily, we don't need a lot of people to win. But if the offer is strong, far more people will join. Beginners will join. Doubters will join. Busy people will join. People who've tried before will join. The offer has to be strong, and your offer becomes an on ramp that makes the business feel accessible instead of intimidating. Okay. And it's going to make it feel way different than anything else your prospects heard of before, because I don't know any network marketers that really pour any effort whatsoever into the offer. They just think that the product's going to sell itself and fly off the shelf. We know that's not the case. If that was the case, the company wouldn't need us. The industry wouldn't need us. Some people think the pay plan is so strong it's going to sell itself. We know that doesn't work. Okay. It really takes a combination of things. You do need a strong product. You do need a strong pay plan, but the offer is going to tie all that together, and we want to make it a no-brainer for people. So a strong offer, our third point, a strong offer is going to change the math. All right. Now, what does that mean? A weak offer is going to require long explanations. All right. A strong offer will require a short explanation because the offer is so strong. This is what you get. This is what it costs. This is what you can expect. If it's strong, you don't need a lot, 3 hours of explanation. A weak offer requires a lot of hard selling and closing. A strong offer simply requires some inviting. They want to take a look at the information or not, let the offer sell itself. Because the offer, if you craft it and put your time in to make it powerful, it's hard to say no for a lot of people if they're even remotely interested. A weak offer, and this next part is scary. A weak offer, if people are, man, I got a weak offer, but I'm just signing up tons of people, that's because a weak offer has to depend on your personality a lot of times. All right. Which is why if a leader has not put any thought into the offer, but they're a charismatic leader with results and blah, 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 they're going to get really good results. Then they're going to give you the exact same stuff they're doing, and it might not work really well. Why? Because the offer was weak, but they're really strong. They're just at a different point in their career than you. This is why when we teach scripts and things, we tell you, please don't change the script and continue to do your personal development, because we know the offers and the statements we use are strong. I'm just unpacking it and giving y'all some behind the scenes tonight about how it works so that you can start to do this part on your own. You won't rely on us for it. Okay. A strong offer depends on the offer itself. A weak offer depends on your personality. I would rather something that depends on the offer, because that's going to duplicate. My personality or your personality won't duplicate. Okay. When your team has a strong offer, duplication happens a lot faster because everyone can explain it, everyone can promote it, everyone feels confident sharing it because on the inside, okay, we talked about this last time, you are up to 30% more confident when you believe in what you're promoting, selling, recruiting, retailing, or whatever. You're up to 30% more confident, and confidence is huge. It comes across in everything you do. When you see a really strong offer, you're going to, on the inside, you're going to have a shift that goes from I am doing something for people, doing something to people, like when I sell stuff, or I'm doing something for people. We want to get you to shift from I'm doing something to people to I'm doing something for people. Okay. And based on what Coach Seymour said, our ladies on our team typically have a far easier time grasping that concept because they're heart-centered leaders. That's where their focus is. The guys on our team have a way tougher time getting that concept internalized. But I'm confident in you fellas, we can do it. All right. So everybody feels confident, and a strong offer becomes a huge part of your duplication. If you know you're doing great, but the duplication just isn't there, but you're doing everything you need to do, let's maybe tweak the offer and you'll see your team have more success. Excuse me. This $10 offer is a perfect example of something that's small enough to the point where the masses internationally can afford it, but it's powerful enough with the pay plan to attract serious entrepreneurs. Okay. And I don't want anybody to neglect it because it was 10 bucks, only 10 bucks. It can't make a bunch of money. Bitcoin was only 10 bucks. Okay, you need to understand that. So in this year, people are not just buying products this holiday season, they're buying paths. They want to buy transformation. They really want to buy a different situation. If you sell people a different situation, they are going to jump on that because the world's a crazy place right now. Your prospects don't necessarily want to join another opportunity as much as they want a clear path to improvement that makes sense financially. We got that. Logically, definitely got that. And emotionally. Okay. A strong offer is the path that they're looking for. The offer is the path to improvement. A strong offer says, here's a transformation. Here's the value. Here's why it's easy to start. Here's why it's hard for you to lose. The $10 offer delivers a path of health, mindset, millionaire mentorship, okay? Websites, digital assets, an income vehicle, like a business they can use to generate income, global scalability. It's all packaged inside a price point that's impossible to doubt. Like this is the best value in business, arguably ever. That's not up for debate. This is arguably the best value for business ever when you really unpack it. So the strong offer is going to make you feel unstoppable. The offer is undeniable. You're not going to be competing. Okay, it's going to feel more. I don't even want to use the word domination, but if y'all promote this right, it'll feel that way. It'll feel almost too easy. Okay, because you're creating something that feels premium. We don't need anybody. We know this is the best offer, and you see the energy, the kind of swag that you got to have with that. Like this offer should feel premium. It should feel exclusive. It should feel obvious. It should feel urgent to them, but not to you. It should feel, if your offer is really strong, like a mistake not to join. Like we know we have the best value in business. It's not up for debate. Do you want to be a part of the best value in business or not? It's okay. Trust me, we good, Chief. That's the way you really got to think about it. Okay. So most leaders are going to try to become a better closer. I'm going to politely recommend for you this holiday season to become a better offer creator. Okay. Because if the offer is right, the sale is almost automatic. All right. And I've done, good grief, Lord knows how many sales, but there was a book. I think I gave someone a copy of it. I may have a copy. I'm sure I have a copy on this book. I have several, in fact, but I'm going to show y'all this book. Okay. This book, I have at least 8 or 9 copies. This is one of Big Al's oldest books. If you can find this on Amazon, get it. I don't know if you can find it. I bought like 30 copies back in the day. I don't know if it's even in stock. This is one of his oldest books ever, and it's called Big Al Super Prospecting, Special Offers and Quick Start Systems. Y'all know we don't gatekeep around here. This was the first book, and I don't know how old this Pepto-Bismol pink book this is. Coach Seymour got one awesome. Listen, and I'm gonna bring a couple of these to Vegas as well. But just understand, this particular book was the first book that I ever saw, ever, that actually talked about, what was this pup? I have no idea. But they republished it. I know the original came out probably in the 70s or 80s. They redid this in the 90s, but just understand this is the first book that ever taught me how important the offer was, how to create it. I think this is a great book if you want to learn offers. It's called Big Al Super Prospecting. And you know it because it's pink. It's the only Pepto-Bismol pink book he ever made. He told me about that cover back in the day. But that's what that is. It's a great book. $35. Golly, they're wilding right now. Is it worth that? Yes, definitely worth that. I got it when it was like $7 and I bought a ton of them. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That 35. But it'll make you that much. Let me say this. That book will make you that much money by far. It will. Just that one section. Some of the information in there is outdated because it's a book originally from like the 70s or whatever, 80s. But the part on the offer, I might just digitize it and just post that because that's really the only part I wanted to share with y'all. Yeah, if somebody reminds me, that's what I'll do. I will digitize the page. I'll just post it like on a PDF format, the section off. I don't know, $35. But my point is, it doesn't matter. It's worth it though. If you want to get a copy of it, get it. It's great. I have several copies. All right. So the offer, the powerful offer isn't just part of the business during the holiday season. It quite literally is the business. And in network marketing, our offer is the doorway that people step through to change their lives. Okay. The stronger the door, the more people are going to come in. Okay. Your $10 offer that we have is the strongest entry point we have ever had. We have ever had. It's digital, no tax, no shipping, $9.95. We just call it $10. It's cheap enough for the masses, valuable enough for the serious. I want you to think about that. Cheap enough that anybody can afford it. Anybody, literally, any country, anywhere in the world can figure this out. But it's valuable enough for the serious builders and people that are serious about changing their life. And it's perfectly positioned for massive domestic and planetary duplication. Okay. Teach your team this. If you want bigger checks, build a better offer. No matter where you're at right now, and I'm going to give you a great example for it in a second as we close the call. But if you want a bigger check, build a better offer. All right. We have one of the best in the industry, but let's unpack it a little bit as we wrap up. This $10 opportunity, this is the opportunity of the year. Okay. And most people's minds are not going to be ready to conceive of that the same way when Bitcoin was a quarter, their minds weren't ready to conceive of that. The network marketing prospects are not going to be ready to conceive this immediately. That's where you come in. Okay. That's where we come in. That's where all of us come in, is that getting them to understand what they really have access to mindset. Now, let's pause because we're going to talk about this $10 digital go to center product. And it's ridiculously valuable for what it costs. It's insanely valuable. Now, for $10, we're unlocking something that honestly should not be at this price. Okay. It's just elite level transformation across the board, mind, body, business, all of that. Okay. Let's think about what you're getting for $10 a month, literally $10. You are getting over 300 days a year of high performance self improvement. Okay. You are literally getting every day, over 300 days a year. Okay. You are getting personal development and growth information, emotional and mental wellness, mental health and leadership and growth. You are getting an incredible amount of information. Any one of those, you could craft that into a newsletter with ChatGPT. You can tweak it, and you can even start a newsletter for your team members who aren't on the program daily, and have at the end of it, your prospects every day. Hey, if you like this, you're going to love A, B, C, and D. And you can use it as a recruiting tool. But the information that you get from a personal development standpoint is going to be the best in the industry. We already know that because Paula doesn't do anything that's second class. Everything's first class. Okay. So you're getting over 300 days a year of absolutely world-class, high-performance self-improvement. Just understand that conceptually. That's number one. And that's enough. But beyond that, it's going to cover physical health, mental clarity, emotional intelligence, daily mindset, daily motivation, habit building, performance psychology, all wrapped up in an amazing, beautiful newsletter, which me and Coach Marcus and maybe some other people have had a chance to check out. It's incredible. But that's where a lot of people are going to stop with the offer. Now, that's enough, but that's where a lot of people are going to stop. We're not going to stop there. We know that that type of, and again, remember those words, high performance self improvement. Remember that, okay? Physical health. What does it cover? Physical health, mental clarity, emotional intelligence, daily mindset, daily motivation, habit building, performance psychology. Think about that. All of that type of content, people are paying over $1,000 for. Okay, just it's not even for the whole year. Like certain mastermind, certain boot camp segments, people paying thousands of dollars for that for sure. Especially when it's coming from people like Alexandria and Paula. Okay, multimillionaires in their own right. But that's not all you get in the offer, though. That's enough. That's not all you get. They're also going to get weekly live financial literacy and leadership team and business classes. What do you think myself, Coach Seymour, Coach Marcus, Coach Sonic, Coach Tina, what do you think? And the majority of us are millionaires and multimillionaires in our own right, or multiple six-figure earners at least. But how valuable do you think that is? People don't get this stuff in college. They don't get access to the stuff we teach in business school. Or law school or anywhere. They just don't get it. Some of the information we share here it's so helpful for your health and your wellness. You won't even get it in med school. Just think about that. So you're getting live classes in the areas of financial literacy, health and wellness, things like that, taught by real 6 and 7 figure earners. College ain't got that. You're not getting taught by gurus. Your prospect isn't getting taught by influencers. They are getting taught by actual documented 6 and 7 figure earners who are willing to teach you how money works, how to build a business, the latest and greatest in technology, tech, and tools, how to build wealth from scratch, smart investing, okay? Translated in plain English. You can learn very simple. Well, how do I do this? You go download Coinbase, you do this, you buy that. You go download Vanguard, you do this, you do that. We're teaching you all of this stuff that people pay consultants to do. We're doing it for free, right? $10 a month, they can hop on these calls. We're going to teach them how to position themselves the same way you had before the next wave hits, how to avoid the traps most people fall into, especially in entrepreneurship. They're going to be learning from people who already walked the path and fought the fight and won, okay? They're getting all of that for literally not even $10 a month. But it doesn't even stop there, which is just crazy. They're getting multiple replicated websites, done for you websites that are included in the price of the $10. They're professionally designed websites, no hosting fees. You don't have to buy a domain unless you want to go buy one. The shopping carts are integrated. That's a monthly fee. For anybody who has a Stripe or anything like that, that is a monthly fee that people have to pay. That's like 20, 15, 20, 30, $40 sometimes for those Shopify store websites and everything. They don't even have to pay that. So it's multiple websites, integrated shopping cart, no hosting fees, no domain fees, no tech headaches, no setup required. Corporate's going to do it all for them. If you can copy and paste a link, you can run this business. If you can copy and paste a link, you can literally run this business. There is literally that. Yeah, me and Coach Marcus paid $39 a month for our Shopify stuff. Like this, they're getting all of that. $10. This is crazy. They don't have to handle shipping or return. The company handles all of that. We're still at $10, which is ridiculous, but we're already into the thousands of dollars of value, thousands plural at this point, okay? Built-in financial opportunity. This should cut like a literal virtual franchise that they can use to make as much money as they want. Just understand that price, I'm gonna have trouble quantifying out, honestly, because it's so high to buy a franchise like that of the reputable brand that we have, and to be able to use that to generate income is crazy. And you don't even have to make the products. That's crazy. But there's a built-in financial opportunity where they get to earn while they learn. It's not just education. We covered all of that. They get a wealth vehicle included in that $10, a whole wealth vehicle, right? An income generation vehicle, and they can earn a few $100s a month. That's going to be the standard for most people, or they can scale it into a 4, 5, 6, possibly 7-figure monthly income, which is just bananas. No employees, no inventory, no shipping, no overhead, just pure, clean, digital leverage. Simple. It's the new way to build income in 2026, but we're starting it early, okay? So here's the price check. This is wild. We'll wrap up. Here's the price check. Everything you're getting is worth thousands. $997 for the curriculum. $497 a week for millionaire classes from millionaires that you could talk and ask questions to. $297 a year for the websites. $49 to $149 in monthly in hosting and integrated shopping carts. And that's not even including the wealth generation system. You're getting all of that. Your prospect is getting all of that for $10 a month, no contracts, cancel anytime. That $10 decision can literally reshape the next 10 years of their life. Okay. So put a 1 in the chat if you really understand what a strong offer you have. And you can watch this on replay because there's some talking points in there that you want to incorporate into your Facebook posts and your conversations. This offer is incredible. It's absolutely bananas. There's nothing like it. I don't know if there'd be anything else like it, but there's nothing else like it today. And we have access to it first. So we're going to probably from corporate, we probably get like a 24-hour heads up before it goes live. But as you've seen, the coaches have been working very hard on your behalf. The videos are up and running. They're looking good. We've seen some of the websites. They're looking super clean and crisp. We're just waiting on whatever corporate's doing, figuring out on the back end. And that's also going to transform the rank program. Well, Will, if everybody's at 10 BV, everybody's not going to be at 10 BV, but your new prospects probably will. It's easier for them to get in that 10 BV, make some money, and then upgrade, okay, because there's another offer in there. When you look at their volume, if you're building, or even if they're just collecting passively, they're going to be missing out on income of orders that are beyond the 10 BV, okay? So just understand that part of it. They're going to want to upgrade at some point as they generate income for sure. Or maybe they're just going to buy some more products because they love them like we love them. But they do have to get involved to do that. So as soon as we hear about it, we should be this month, should be very soon. We'll let you know. Linda, I will have updates for you momentarily. We just want to wrap this one up early for once. It's a very, very rare occasion there. But that being said, you have the most amazing offer in network marketing right now, arguably the most amazing offer in business. Yeah, going to be a super great feeder into larger GoDasana orders and then HBN as well, which we know there's a ton of money over there. But if y'all have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Ever, ever, ever. Do not hesitate to reach out. And we got a lot more work to do on our end behind the scenes before it drops. So we're going to get back to that. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you, Coach Seymour. Thank you, Coach Marcus, for putting this together. Thank you, Miriam, as well, for getting this hosted done for us. And congratulations to everybody. Hopefully y'all have seen everybody in the Ageless Athlete groups. We posted earlier today the winners for the week, the winners overall, the team members of the week, and this, that, and the third. So super, super fun. Nova should be here any day, Jessica. That I did hear. So we'll see. Any day now, we'll see. But when it does come out, I'm gonna buy a lot because I don't plan on running out again for a long time. So all right, that being said, y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all on the next one. Oh, yeah, how did I forget that? Congratulations to Katrina King. Already a diamond with GoDasana, but is a silver now with HBN. And y'all know them HBN ranks is a lot harder than the GoDasana ranks. So the executive, bronze, silver, gold, anything up in there with HBN is a big, big deal and comes with a really nice check too. So that being said, we'll talk to you on the next one. Thank y'all so much for your time. We appreciate you.